Greetings, dearest friends and companions on this amazing journey. It's Jonathan and Leone coming to you with the Wave Spell Oracle for Magnetic Earth to Cosmic Moon. So on the day of Crystal Eagle, guided by hand, the guidance for this oracle came through. And this day speaks with great significance to what lies ahead for humanity over the next while. Clear focus and vision, aiming for the prize as we enter through the little gate and start to climb the mountain in Capricorn. In chatting with friends, family, co-workers, there's practically no one I know who is not feeling this deconstruction of self and the acute awareness that massive change is on the horizon. There is a dismantling of all that does not serve our true self, a falling away of the self, the false self, egoic mind, and a remembering of who we truly be. In co-creating the new, and yes, we are the co-creators, it is imperative that we have a clear vision. So on that note, let me hand over to Jonathan. Thank you, John.
Thank you for a wonderful introduction to this particular focus of attention as we seek to give awareness to that which is happening for us, humanity, on this planet. We're all being affected by cosmic energies. There is an awakening taking place. It is impacting us. And just to acknowledge that impact as it may be affecting some of us physically, some of us emotionally, but ultimately we see it in all the nations, in all the continents. We are sharing the one experience of humanity. It's an extraordinary realization which offers profound choice to play the small role as before, as we always have done, either as a victim or as a perpetrator. Somehow this endless dance of the victim and the liberator, or we embrace the whole and we accept that response ability to be a one in this symphony, this dance of cosmic and galactic energy, impacting every cell, every neuron, every synapse of our being. So the major dates that we're going to look toward the new year are as follows. And we will go into these in a little bit more detail. The birthing of the Sophia-Christ in the one humanity, symbolized by Christmas, the grand celebration, which, if we're honest, is a festival of goodwill and companionship with our families and our friends and our neighbors. That's the beginning and the end, really, of that sacred festival. But it symbolizes the birthing of the Christ, the Sophia-Christ, in truth. In terms of our galactic timeline, we're looking at a 13-day sequence from the 11th of this month to the 23rd. It is the wave spell, the galactic wave spell of magnetic Earth to cosmic moon. We're going to look to that in detail. The Sagittarius Solar Festival, which is the full moon, is on the 15th of this month in a few days' time. The sign of the Archer, pulling back the arrow upon the taut string, aiming for our vision, for the goal of the one humanity. Let us not shoot ourselves in the foot this time. Let us not go for desire and ambition. Let us aim the arrow for our better angel as a one humanity. And of course, the sacred solstice on the 21st of December is that auspicious festival, timeless in nature, which represents the rebirthing of the light, the return of the king, the return of the queen. And of course, it's the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere and the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. And in terms of the cosmology, in the 28-13 lunar cycle, 28-day 13 lunar cycle, we're moving out of the overtone moon of empowerment and commanding into the rhythmic moon of equality. That is the keynote of Aquarius too, equality of men and women and of the one humanity, we the people. Leone.
That's really powerful. I mean, that rhythmic moon of equality, this is what it's all about, John, where we see another who we perceive to be so different from us is not. He's one, she is one. Everything that breathes and has life on our planet is part of the one, and therefore we are equal. So this is a really strong and powerful time for us to be bringing this awareness through. Fantastic.
And let's look a little bit at the astrology, because it provides such a grand frame for the unfolding drama and a clear compass. You know, I always reminded that the compass not only gives direction, true north to our guiding star, but embraces the energy of compassion for the experience that we perceive, that not just oneself, but all of us are experiencing in working out our destiny, our karmic destiny, towards ascension, towards liberation and salvation. The astrology is quite extraordinary, and we're going to keep it real simple. Okay, the sun is entering into Capricorn, which is a sign of initiation, on the 22nd of December. And that is, you know, also the 21st, 22nd is the solstice, the return of the light. But perhaps more significantly, Pluto is leaving Capricorn after a grand period of time in that sign, and is moving towards entering into Aquarius from mid-February. So Capricorn is the sign of deep, dark matter, dense matter, crystallized substance in which our consciousness of humanity has been trapped, if you will, in that crystallization. And Pluto is bringing up, you know, these tectonic waves of karmic stuff, which is impacting us astrally and physically. It's that which must be cleared up and worked out. And so it's coming up, bringing up out of our subconscious realms, these last vestiges of these patterns of behavior. I mentioned it, you know, the victim, the oppressor, the liberator, and the repeating cycles of that sense of duality. I'm one, I'm the other. A great friend of ours brought through a marvelous quote. There is no crime that I have not committed, no angel I have not embraced. Let us keep in touch with truth and reality above all of phenomena, and yet recognize that all things are connected, are a one. We are a one. We're not the duality. We're not the either or, the them and us. It's really important, my friends, to maintain communication and connection, not to become insular, to be withdrawn, and to think that there's safety, you know, hiding away or battling against whatever that form of the victim and the oppressor has taken in the past. Let's let it go now, and keep to one's soul practice, exercise the self-discipline, do the little things we can do them well, and look up to the sky, look up to the stars. The old world is dying. The structures no longer serve, and you and I, we are not that. And however it shows up in uniform or in poverty or in some form of disconnect.
I'd like to just bring in a very personal experience of something that is going on in Zimbabwe at the moment. And it's something that touches us all deeply, because these are people that are heading home from South Africa who've been compromised and put under incredible strain and pressure in their journey back to their families at Christmas time. And it's bringing people into a greater connectivity as a one to really bring our gifts, stand together, observe that this is the program of power and control which we've been living under for so many hundreds of years. And that is now being dismantled through the efforts of those who recognize what it is and bring their light, bring their intent for there to be liberation and freedom and peace for everyone. And we do that as a one, and we set that intention. So I really love that we, that we're addressing that as humanity, as a one. My brother who's suffering on the roads, not able to get back to his home, we feel that, and we do everything that we can, each one bring their gift. And we let go of those old power structures. I see it as a structure which is in its final death throes. It knows that it's on its way out because it is also sentient in a way. And it's a letting go of that.
Yes, it's a pair of opposites. This is the dance of the one humanity, to be aware that we have been separate in our nature. And so then power and control can affect us, and has affected us deeply, has conditioned our history, the story of mostly the men. But as we move into the sense of oneness, there can be our identification, not just I am my brother's keeper, but I am my brother having that experience.
Exactly.
So we are moving into this sort of telepathic opening of the heart, which has resonance and power. And if I know that I am you and you are me and we are a one, then we can look to that structure and withdraw our disempowerment, withdraw our identification. And as we do that, we free it to change. How else can it change unless we let it go?
Great. Wonderful. Shall we move on to the wave spell, John?
Yes, indeed. I'll put it up on the screen. And as I do so, bear in mind that we're moving into the wave spell symbolized by magnetic Earth, which is the planet we're on, to cosmic moon. It's the moon energy in this case represents purification, surrender, giving up control.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I'll read the keynote for day 1. Day of red magnetic Earth. I unify in order to evolve. Attracting synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the magnetic tone of purpose. So we're looking from the beginning to the end, which is cosmic moon, and I'll share the keynote for cosmic moon. I endure in order to purify, transcending flow. I seal the process of universal waters with the cosmic tone of presence. guided by the output of space. So this is an extraordinary journey that we're going to briefly unpack for you now. So the second day, the 12th of the 12th, December 2024, is a lunar day itself. It's the day of challenge, where the purpose is always subjected to that energetic of challenge. Are you going to accept this need to let go and discover who you truly are?
Yes, I had a look at the Dream Spell Oracle for that, and I would really love to read it because it's very powerful. The lunar tone of challenge. So for this particular day, which will be the 12th of December, following reunification with purpose, stabilization of polar opposites is needed. And this is what we're all seeing and feeling, these polar opposites. There he is, there she is, and I'm over here, and we're feeling things very differently. And even in our personal one-on-one relationships, oh, she does it this way and I do it a completely opposite way. So these are the polar opposites that we are being called to stabilize. How important it is to appreciate and accept both poles of this spectrum of phenomena, realizing their inseparable connection, their interconnection. Learn with respect and readiness to accept the challenge that life itself throws at us and the whole range of favorable opportunities for internal growth and expansion of ties with the outside world. These will open before you. And something that I feel a lot and I speak to a lot is the fact that we are still human, even in our awareness of ourselves as multidimensional beings. We're still here. So it says, in addition to the three-dimensional tasks of everyday life, you have to answer the main challenge of life, how to fulfill your highest potential. There is only one way to this. Express by your very life unshakable fidelity to the truth and love for all that exists. Every challenge that life throws at us is a new opportunity to dissolve what no longer serves our development. Accepting the challenge is the path to freedom. Thank you that I could speak to that. It's so beautiful.
Yes, thank you, Leone. You know, that is the challenge, isn't it? To see the soul of a one, not as fragmented egos.
Right.
Through the eyes of the Christ, or the Sophia-Christ, as I like to call this Aquarian energy, that is moving so intensely now into the human drama, our life and affairs, and each and every one of us. We're not fragmented egos. We're seeking to heal from that and see through the eyes of the one soul. And as we do so, then naturally the challenge is accepted and we begin to step onto the path of ensouling the earth. Remember that path of navigation and of synchronicity. And so the third day is the day of activation. And look at that, isn't it so beautiful? Blue electric storm, the electric storm. Now, I personally see the storm as a vortex, as an epicenter for the regeneration. You know, we need to be in the eye of the storm. That's where our center is, the center of this cosmic unfolding in my center, in your center, his, her, everyone's center. And the keynote is I activate in order to catalyze bonding energy. I seal the matrix of self and collective generation, regeneration, with the electric tone of service. Service to others, not service to self. Guided by the power of abundance, the life more abundant.
Beautiful. And of course, for me, the key is when we're on a blue storm day, is to be in the calm at the eye of the storm, despite what's going on around us.
And the fourth day, yellow self-existing sun, guided by the power of intelligence. That's the power of the warrior. You know, to me, that's speaking of the recognition that I, you, we are sovereign souls, guided by our inner warrior to express freedom as beings of spirit and energy, not locked into form. In fact, we are the creators of form. And we become empowered on the following days. These are magnificent sort of stepping stones of a galactic reality, somehow configured day by day in the microcosmic experience. And here we have the day of red overtone dragon. I empower in order to nurture, commanding being. I seal the input of birth with the overtone of radiance, guided by the power of universal water, which is the releasing of the waters of life, of the purification of our earth home. But isn't that a beautiful balance of the feminine and the masculine energies?
Yeah. For myself, I have experienced this being reborn. It's almost on a daily basis. So we purify our thoughts and we're reborn daily.
Yes, it's an alchemical journey, and the gift is to be able to throw the inner switch. Oh, I feel like a separate ego here in this, whatever it is that's happening right now. Take a deep breath, turn on the switch, unity. Whatever's happening is actually my creation, and everyone in it is who I actually am. And the truth is that which we call it a name, the Sophia-Christ, whatever it is there in the relationship. It's not my separate I. It's not his, her separate ego. It's in the relationship. We can call it in. And there it is, being born, and we're nurturing that. And the key is to communicate it, to share it telepathically, or to phone up our best friend, our group, speak to our beloved. But don't withdraw into the shell. I organize in order to communicate. This is empowerment, balancing breath. We seal the input of spirit with the rhythmic tone of equality. This is the fourth day, by the way, of the new 28-day moon, lunar cycle, 13 lunar calendar, the moon of equality. And, you know, this is how we unfold this journey together.
I love that expression that you and I often use, the truth sets us free. And it reminds me of probably one of the most significant cosmic codes that I brought in. It landed with the name, the truth will always be victorious. So I think that is something we aim that Sagittarian arrow to.
Thank you, Leonie, for bringing in that reminder that this is the journey through Sagittarius. So important to cultivate vision and goal, but not just a wish. Often we're reminded at Christmas and the New Year to make New Year resolutions. What are we doing actually? We're going to speak to this a little bit more in a moment, but it's about intent. Okay, so this is coming into view now because following that day of rhythmic equality, we move into resonance as we the people. And we begin to turn our antenna to the heavens. I channel in order to dream inspiring intuition. I seal the input of abundance with the resonant tone of attunement, guided by the power of vision. Each of these is a keynote, a seed thought for one's meditation. And of course, consider that. I seal the input of abundance with the resonant tone of attunement. You know, that which we call the life more abundant, that is divine potential. It's supply, it's infinite, it's available to each and every one of us, and it is in truth who we are. We often, at this 3D level, consider ourselves to be, you know, small-minded or
not having enough.
Not having enough. And yet we are both the potential supply and the demand. We are both the provider and the receiver, according to our demand, which is a natural relationship and a natural manifestation in the oneness of our co-creation.
Beautiful, beautiful. I was reminded of something that I wanted to share, and now it slipped my mind, so let's continue. Oh, that's what I wanted to say, John. For someone who's perhaps not familiar with the wave spell, with the Mayan wave spell, and they want to start doing this as a daily practice, the simple way to start would be to just read and affirm your intent to align with the seed thought for that particular thing. And when we speak of a seed thought, it's that which Jonathan has been reading off. I channel in order to dream. So one can just, would that be a good way for people who are not
very
familiar?
Much. Yes, I mean, one important takeaway from these transmissions are these daily seed thoughts. It pulls us and magnetizes us into synchronicity with cosmic cycles.
Right.
And as we identify as one, a oneness, a one humanity, that energy, that cosmic frequency becomes available to consciousness itself, which is who we are. And so these last days of the wave spell, in our alignment of intuition, then precipitate from the galactic down through the solar, down through the planetary. And so it is that this journey of the purification of ourselves and of our planetary home unfold. And here we have galactic seed. I harmonize in order to target modeling awareness. We're targeting awareness. I seal the input of flowering with the galactic tone of integrity, guided by the power of elegance, guided by the power of our guiding star in actuality. So the journey unfolds. We're going to keep this fairly brief. From the galactic to the solar serpent, guided by the power of birth. It's a day of galactic activation, so it's extra potent, extra powerful. It's really recognizing the alignment, that serpent energy alignment within, from the crystallized form of the past being remolded, reformed by the magnetic demand of consciousness to receive divine cosmic potential supply to precipitate that which we are becoming.
Wow.
And from the solar to the planetary.
I would like to add that particular day, so the day of Solar Serpent, it's a galactic activation portal. So these are more potent days in which to bring through that which you wish to manifest.
To go the distance on that particular day. And then it becomes planetary. And look at that. White planetary world bridger. Isn't that what we're doing? We're not just bridging in the relationships between one another as a telepathic, unified whole. We're bridging between the worlds, between Gaia, our planetary home, and the cosmic grandmother, the Milky Way galactic heart center, known by the Mayans as Hunabku, down through the heart of the sun into this planetary sphere, and bringing through a particular manifestation. And it's I perfect in order to equalize producing opportunity. I seal the store of death with the planetary tone of manifestation. So let's let go. Let the structure, let that duality, the victim-oppressor pattern die.
Let it go. Let it die. Yes.
It's a skin that we no longer need to wear.
And maybe serpent from the day before is a reminding of that, as the snake sheds its skin when that which covers it no longer serves.
That's and what a perfect invitation for the solstice. Blue's spectral hand is the hand of healing, and it's a day of liberation. Let us honor and mark that on our calendars as the day of the returning of the light of the cosmic Sophia-Christ, as we dissolve in order to know, releasing healing throughout the planetary sphere, throughout our spheres of influence. And as we seal that store of accomplishment with the spectral tone of liberation, our power empowerment is doubled. And that is the purification process working out in its dynamic on this journey from magnetic Earth to cosmic moon. And so the penultimate day is a day of dedication. I dedicate in order to beautify, universalizing art, the art of living. I seal the store of elegance with the crystal tone of cooperation. Perfect invitation and opportunity, guided by the power of universal fire. How about that? And a galactic activation portal.
Wow. Well, if I close my eyes as you speak those words, Jonathan, I see us all returning to the garden, to paradise.
Thank you. Yes, that's the 22nd of December, 2024. And we're just short of Christmas itself and the festival of the rebirth and return of the King, Queen of Sovereignty, the soul of humanity. On the day of cosmic moon, I endure in order to purify, transcending flow. It's like the phoenix rising from this alchemical process. I seal the process of universal waters, the waters of Aquarius, with the cosmic tone of presence, guided by the power of space, spaciousness. Okay, I'm going to bring us back down.
What a wave spell.
Wow.
I'm buzzing. My whole body's buzzing. My heart is full. You know, this is our will for humanity. That every man, woman, child, animal, everything that has life on this planet should experience this. And let us walk into that garden. Beautiful. Thank you, John.
So, Leone, I wanted to invite us to share a vision in terms of a timeline of intent. Right. To be clear, not so much, what is your goal for 2025? You know, what are your New Year resolutions? That is the sort of ego's game. Oh, well, I'd like to have a cruise in the Caribbean, or I'd like to be able to buy a new carpet for our home, or I'd like to buy my son and daughter something, whatever. That's all good. But how about as oneness itself? Let us cast our possibility, the superposition of intent, into this particular moment and look forward to walking the timeline. What's your vision, Leone?
Well, my goodness. I think you all know how I feel about peace on earth. And, Jonathan and I are in Southern Africa at the moment. And in our meditation that we did the day before yesterday, some very clear things came through that we are now the boots on the ground. There's stuff going on in Southern Africa, not only in South Africa where we live, but in particular in Zimbabwe and in Mozambique and possibly further north. So I feel I'm very, very connected to the continent of Africa. I always say to people, I live in Africa and Africa lives in me. So I am absolutely wanting and intending for there to be peace, that all needs are met and that there is an end to suffering. What's important for me, and Jonathan and I have a shared vision, and I'm going to let him speak to his main points of his vision, but it is in fact our vision because we are one. And the only thing that I would wish to add to that is to remind each and every one of you to remember who you be, to believe in your magnificence and the power that you have to manifest with your mind the world that you wish to see. So we're doing a lot of transmuting as individuals at the moment, and we think that we've done a lot of shadow work, because those of us who know what shadow work is about will be able to testify that it's not easy. It's a pretty grimy path, and you think you've done it, and then when you go in again you see that there are deeper shadows. So don't be afraid of that. Go in there and transmute and bring the beauty of who you are, the magnificence of who you are. This is what I wish to do. How do I change myself so that the way I think and feel can be reflected out to the world? And if I recognize who I truly am, then I can create something magnificent. And remember that being awake and being enlightened and being connected to our true divine nature, that is our natural state of being. So I would love for us all to experience that. John, what's your vision? Which is actually ours.
Yes, it is. And this is my vision, in the sense of let each of us be aware of the choice in the moment to participate in that moment as an ordinary kind of slightly disconnected human ego, or as a oneness. How that energy shifts. We enter into something bigger, something greater, something potentially magnificent, which we sense and know is real. We often don't go there. Perhaps it's too much, and maybe we can't give it words. But if we can nurture that, then humanity, we recognize, is awakening, because there is only one life. So I recognize that, and we've shared this, that when we're not in the oneness, somebody else is in control.
Yeah.
And so in my vision, I'm willing to accept that disruption of infrastructure necessary for we the people to break free of control. I'm not promoting a ego demonstrating type breaking the thing by force. I'm actually saying, well, if there's a solar flare, or if there's something else, a divine intervention, basically, whatever shape it turns up, let it bring through that disruption of infrastructure necessary for us to break free of control, because out of necessity. And let us be brave enough to reach out to friends, to neighbors, to help and be helped, to organize, to take that step which reaches beyond the resistance and the reluctance and all. Well, I don't really want to go over there, I don't know, barking dogs, whatever. No, I'm going to reach out and connect. I'm going to offer support, and I'm going to ask for help if I need it. We can meet our needs together, people. There is enough to go round to meet all the needs. We are the divine supply and the demand. We are both. We do not need permission to act. 20 years ago, it was Occupy. It was the Occupy movement. Let us occupy the heart space of humanity. Let us co-create the new earth. This is my vision. This is our vision. And let's do this. And please, everyone, for those that you feel in resonance and inspired, share your vision. Share a few words as the timeline of your intent for 2025. We would love for you to do that, to share with us and with our friends. And yeah, please follow up. We'd love to hear from you. The only last word.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. In this season where we celebrate with family, with loved ones, however you're doing that, whether you are at home or away on holiday, enjoy every moment, embrace your family, your friends, your loved ones, and give a thought to those who are perhaps not having such a great festive season. And much love and gratitude to each and every one of you for being with us, for following us, for sharing our Noosphere transmissions, and may they really bring a gem to you. It's our gift at this time of celebration, season of Goodwill. Thank you. Till next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, John. Thanks
Much
all.
love.
Bye-bye.